don't know how to say the word properly, but it's Husqvarna. So that's what I'll be fixing. It's a Honda. So, small flathead, a little bit bigger flathead, a regular screwdriver, pliers, bird beak. Crazy glue is for something I think I want to try, and a couple of socket tools. Mostly all you need is a 10mm socket. That's all. Right here I found on the side of the road, obviously. I found those two, plus another one. Sold that one already. Fixed these two. They're sitting here. The one in the back there, that's the one I use all the time to mow people's lawn. So this might be my new favorite because of the way it looks, and it's a Honda. I like Honda. Okay, I decided. So, hold on. Well, I don't need the gloves right now. Make sure you put everything down where you remember. Take this part off. This is with a string. Take that part off first. Put that down on the side. And this whole thing lifts off. Lift that off. If you want to, you could disconnect the hose over there. The hose is for the gas. You can take that out if you want to, which I don't normally do. Seeing one of these, and you want to take this out right here. So you squeeze it and you try to draw it backwards. You let it go. And when you take it out, make sure it's facing upwards or all the gas is going to be, falling out. It's okay, that's why you wear gloves. So you rest this upward, that way the gas don't come out anymore. And you move into the next step. Put on your gloves. Should I have it on? Now my hands smell like gasoline. So I took that out. Now you take the filter out. This is where things might get a little tricky. You have to make sure, look and pay attention real close. Because after you take these two screws out, a lot of things could go wrong. I'm going to use one hand for this. So after you take this screw out, look behind here. See, the screws out, and they're gaskets. This long one right there, going all the way up. That black one there. There's a couple behind the filter, and this canister here. That's what you're gonna clean out. That's where all the gunk and stuff actually sits. So, and the throttle right here, that lever normally pulls that lever right there. And when you open this, sometimes the lever flicks that way. When you put it back in, you have to make sure it's in the back, because the control arm is that black thing down there. You have to put it in the back of that. It cannot be in the front of it, or else it wouldn't work. So I'm gonna take all that out now, and hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing. And the air hose. This is the air hose. You disconnect it from the back here. And then there's another hose, the gas, from the gas valve. You disconnect the hose in the back there. So, I need two hands for that one. Alright. You take the bolts out, or you don't really. You take the air out. Then they have one of these clamps right here. behind here. So you take that out, then you disconnect the hose. A little bit of gas dripping there. It'll be okay. Now this right here, that's the control arm that goes all the way to the back. When you pull the starter or whatnot, it releases gas into the combustion chamber and whatnot. So this you have to take out very carefully. There's a spring connected to it and the metal. So you just bend the throttle a certain way to get the first metal out, and then the spring is fairly simple to come out. So I'm going to do that real quick. That's out. The spring, it's a little hook. Be careful, don't break it. You bend the throttle a different direction, and you take the hook out of the hole. And this is what you're working with right here. Come on, oh, take the bolts out, obviously. Take the bolts out. And when you take this cap off, you make sure and look at everything that comes out of it. So this is how it faces on the lawnmower itself. So this gasket faces outward. You put that down so you know it faces downwards towards you. This here might be my problem because this is kind of broken. Well, it comes out, but it's kind of broken at the side and whatnot. I'm going to try and fix it and see if it works and whatnot. The back has a couple of gaskets. As this one right here faces inward in the back of the in the back of the throttle. So it faces this way. So you put that down, and this big gasket faces with this big part upward on the right. So it fits like that. Right? Now this is what the problem always is. Inside here always have gas, and when you leave it over a year, it gets clustered, makes a whole bunch of gunk up in there. Yeah, it gets kind of dirty, really dirty. So you take is a 10mm, you unscrew this here. So I'm going to unscrew that and I'll be right back. Just take the bolt out, make sure there's a washer on the top here. Make sure you don't lose that washer. And you take this off. See all that stain down at the bottom? That's where all the gunk was the first time I opened this thing. And you have to clean it out properly, clean out the bolt, and then clean around the rim here. Make sure this hole is clear. If the hole is not, that could be one of your problems. Clean out in there, and what I use to get that thing out of there, let me show you. That actually gets clogged too. It has like a pinhole up in there. So I use my flathead, and there's a flathead space in there. You could just put it in and screw it out. I broke it loose, and you keep screwing it. It's very tricky to unscrew. I'll show you why just now. When you keep screwing it, it stays right there. You could screw this all day long if you want to, and it does not come out any further than right there. I'll show you my trick to get it out. Right here I have very, very pointy tip here. The hole I told you to make sure is clear, I use that hole. I stick this point in there and I screw it out. Put it towards the camera so you can see. That way it has something to catch the threads, and it will screw out a little bit further than before. Still would not come out though, but It's a trick to get it closer to the edge. Now if you want it all the way out, you take your little bird beak pliers or whatnot, you clip it, spin it, and take it out. Make sure you don't destroy it. And there you go. This right here has a hole in it. I don't know if you could see it. See if I could hold it up with the bird beak pliers so you can see through it. There's a hole going right through there. You have to clean that out. Have to, or else nothing could get through it. So my hole is clean, if you can see now. See that? Yes, you can see that. So my hole is clean. Then you want to clean the hole up in there. Have a blower, have something, and blow it out. Clean everything up in there. Get a blower, put it in there, compress air or whatever, you spray it, comes out on the top here, and that way you know it's clean. Or you could get compressed air and you blow it through here. That way you know everything is unclogged and clean enough. Then you reinsert everything the way you got it. Make sure you don't lose these pins or whatnot. This tells how much gas or whatnot to have in it. You reinsert it the right way. Use your flat head and you screw it all the way back down. Make sure it doesn't get cross thread or anything, or else there you have some problems. Okay, make sure it's a little tight. You don't need it to be really tight. Just need it to be tight enough that it wouldn't come out. Don't tighten it too tight because you might break stuff in there. Make sure I don't break anything. I always check. Well, I'm using my mouth right now, but I have compression tools. Just don't feel like using it at the moment. I have to go get it, put it on, let the air gather up, all that stuff. Right now I'm just gonna clean this gasket. There's a crack in it, so I have my crazy glue. So I'm gonna crazy glue this, put this back on, put the bolt back in there, and go back there and try to reinstall it. But right now I'm gonna put the crazy glue, and then you'll meet me back over there by the lawnmower. Okay, what I noticed putting it back, they put a line so you know exactly which side to put it on. Make sure you line it up with that. I don't know why you should, but I'll advise you to. I think I would. If they made it and they put that stroke there, they put it for a reason, I guess. So I put my little crazy glue on this side, kind of patched up that little part that's loose or broken, and you put everything back the way it's supposed to be. This is the back side, this is the front side. So I'll show you how to do that real quick. Just that in there. Make sure everything is clean. It looks like it has something in there. Okay. Don't know if you could see it. See that? You don't want all that gunk up in there. So you clean that out. So I'm about to clean that out right now. Okay. I cleaned out that hose, put it back in there. It's really easy just to pull out, clean it, put it back in the right hole, the right side. So I'm going to reinstall this. Spring in first, and then the coarser one in. And it seems a lot easier that way. Then you reinstall this the fuel. Make sure you put everything, all the clamps back, so it holds everything in nice and snug. giving you some problems, use your finger in the back while clipping it. And that's good enough for me. Make sure you put this right here, the throttle, the choke. Make sure you put that choke in the back of this right here, because it needs to open and close this right here. So you put it in the back of it, and then you reinstall everything. This is how I do it. I'll rest this down, get everything ready here. It's metal on one side, gasket on the other. I put that down first on here. Make sure that's on properly, and put the screws through. Okay, it screws it through. Then you start putting other stuff on. The screws through these holes. So now, and then you connect that air hose, so you don't forget it. You make sure and connect it. You hold the bolts with your fingers, and you reinstall the others. Like the other gasket. Remember I told you it goes like this, up first on the right. Make sure there's no dust or anything on it. Okay, that's in. And the last one goes on the back. So it goes like this. And you put it in and start it with your finger. Start the screws, the bolts with your finger, so everything stays in there nicely. And you check over and make sure everything is where it's supposed to be. And you tighten everything by hand first. You check. Make sure everything is in. You don't want no mistakes on this, because this is the part that makes the engine run. Then you use a tool and you just tighten it up. Not too tight, because it's plastic and you have gaskets behind there. But tighten it enough that no air passes through the gasket. And that's it for that. I'm going to reinstall the cover. Reinstall the cover. Make sure that's on. Reinstall the gas. Put the clamp back. Put the cover back on properly. Put the nice Honda back on top there. Thread your bolts down by hand. You make sure you look around, make sure you don't forget anything. The gas right here, the valve, you make sure you have it on open, which is you turn it to the left so it's open. So gas is now running here. When you pull the choke or pull the line, gas will run through here, combust, and start the engine. So let's see if that works. If it doesn't, I just made a video for nothing, I guess. But I'm confident in my work. I'm confident in myself. gas in it, so it wouldn't start right now. And that's what I do. Oh, quick tip here. You turn the gas. When you start it up, turn the gas off. When you turn it off, it burns out what's left in it, and that way no gas stays in there over a year or a couple of months and then get gunk. Start it, let it run out, let it cut off by itself, then release the lever and store it away. So I'm going to show you how I did that, how I'm doing that. And then you release the lever, so there's no gas left in the combustion chamber, and you store it away.